世界のみんなとつながろう Bridges across world communities.
Hello everyone and welcome to Bridges Across World Communities, sponsored by NIA, the Nishinomiya City International Association. My name is Thelma.
And I'm Floyd. Each month we provide practical knowledge for daily living and important information about disaster prevention.
This program is for English-speaking residents in the Nishinomiya area and is broadcast on the second and fourth Saturdays of each month from 12 noon to 12:15.
This month we'll talk about the Japanese language spring courses offered by NIA.
Our disaster prevention tip is about knowing the safest routes before you're forced to walk home after a disaster.
And our guest is Mr. Claudio Delar, originally from France and Italy and now living in Nishinomiya.
提供は西宮市国際交流協会です。
Well, hello, Thelma.
Hello.
It feels like spring is just around the corner, doesn't it?
Yeah, sure does. And I'm looking forward to it. By the way, Floyd, have you ever heard the Japanese expression like sankan shion?
Sankanshion. No. What does that mean?
Well, literally it means like 3 cold, 4 warm. And people often say this as warm spring weather approaches.
So that's almost how the weather's been over the last few weeks. It's like 3 cold days followed by 4 warm days.
Yeah, that's right. And
so I'll have to remember that. Sankanshion. Sankanshion.
Yes.
Okay. So what's our topic for today?
Well, let's talk about the Japanese language courses beginning in May, offered by the Nishinomiya City International Association.
Okay, good idea. Now, NIA offers various Japanese language classes for foreign residents, and it's a great way to improve Japanese language skills necessary for daily life.
That's right. These NIA classes includes group lessons, one-on-one lessons with a teacher, and Nihongo Nakayushi Hiruba, classes for public elementary and junior high school students and their parents.
Well, perhaps we should just focus on the group lessons for today.
Yeah, okay. So there are 3 types of group lessons, Floyd, available now, and they're usually offered twice a year, beginning at the spring and fall, and you choose the one that best suits your schedule and your Japanese level.
That's right. The first group lesson is called Japanese Language Course for Foreigners. It starts on May 8th and will be held on Monday evenings from 6:30 to 8 p.m. This is a 10-week course held in a classroom at NIA.
Now, this course is offered as elementary and intermediate level lessons. The fees for each class is 5,000 yen, including course materials.
The second group lesson is called Japanese Language Chat Square for foreigners, and it starts on May 11th and is held on Thursday mornings from 10:30 a.m. to 12 noon. This is also a 10-week course held in a classroom at NIA.
Now, this course is offered as basic and elementary level lessons. The fee is 2,500 yen, including a workbook.
That's right. Now, the third group lesson is called Let's Learn and Speak Japanese. It starts on May 7th and is held on Sunday mornings from 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. and is also a 10-week course, but it's held online via Zoom. So you'll need an internet connection to join that one.
Yes, and this course is offered as intermediate level lessons only, and the fee is 5,000 yen, including course materials.
For more information and details, please visit the NIA website or Facebook pages. Information is included in English.
The great thing about in-person or online group lessons is making new connections, and not only with your teachers, but also with other students from different countries.
To apply, contact the Nishinomiya City International Association at nia@nishi.or.jp. And we have English-speaking staff who will be very happy to help you.
Be sure to apply soon. The number of participants will be limited for in-person classes held at NIA.
7.7 Sakura FM.
And we'd like to welcome this month's guest, Mr. Claudio Delar. Bienvenue.
Bonjour tout le monde. Hello everyone.
So welcome. Now, in the opening, we mentioned that you were from France and Italy.
Correct.
So let's get to the big question. Why are you in Japan?
Big question, isn't it? So I studied Japanese and linguistics when I was at university. But even prior to that, I have a family friend who would come to Japan very often. And since I was a teenager, I would have some souvenirs from Japan. And
what
especially,
kind of things would you get?
I remember this book with a lot of kanji, and I think that was the first thing that I felt like, oh, this looks so interesting. And from that, I started like getting to know Japanese a little bit and Japanese culture.
Did you get into like manga or anime at that age? Or?
Not really. It was more about the language itself.
Interesting.
Yeah, the aesthetics.
So that kind of developed your interest, and you studied Japanese in university. And then how did you end up coming to Japan?
So the first time was with an exchange program between my home university and Kobe University. And I stayed in Japan for a year, and when I went back to France, I was feeling very nostalgic of my year in Japan. So I decided to come back as soon as I graduated.
That was quick.
Yeah, very quick.
So was your family surprised that you left?
Oh, let's say my father wasn't really supportive. Now he's fine, but yeah, it was tough. At the beginning, it was very tough.
Have any of your family members come to visit you?
Yeah, like last time they came in November last year. So they love Japan too. Now they understand why I want to stay here. But at the beginning, they couldn't really get it.
So that was 2017 you came back to stay?
Yes, the first time 2015 and then 2017.
Okay, so you've been here, 5-6 years now? Almost
consecutively, yes.
And when do you plan to go back to France or Italy?
Visiting.
Oh, so you want to stay in Japan?
Probably, yes. Yeah. So yeah, if it's just for traveling back home, I would say I already booked my flight for this year at the end of October. But yeah, apart from that, I don't know. I like my life here.
Yeah. So are there any difficulties staying here permanently? I mean, I assume you have to get special visas or residencies and all that. How are you dealing with that side of things?
Yeah, it can be mendokusai sometimes. But yeah, I have to renew my visa this year. I think I will get 5 more years. So I feel that if you have a good job and a stable income, it's not that hard. Maybe the most difficult part is, for example, I'm married and my husband is not considered as my husband in Japan. So that can be tricky sometimes. But apart from that, I would say that it's quite easy to navigate Japanese administration.
So that brings up a really interesting issue. I mean, there's the whole thing about married to a same-sex partner, which is, I guess in France is not so much of an issue, and all the legalities and dealing with things like inheritance or is pretty clear. Whereas here, it sounds like it's not really accepted.
Yeah, I would say maybe people like the majority of them would accept it. It's more about the government and the law. Like there's no law protecting us here in Japan. Of course, in France we are legally married, recognized as a married couple. But in Japan it's not the case because there's no legislation that protects us.
Do you see anything in the works that might change that?
Slowly, very slowly. There's a partnership system which is not legally binding. So yes and no.
I mean, my wife and I kind of laugh at it because my wife used her last name. We were married in Canada, and that's still an issue here, where a woman can't, when she's married in Japan, she can't use her own last name. She has to take the husband's name. So I can see it might be slow.
It takes time. Yeah.
So where are you working?
I'm working at, like right now, Nishinomiya International School in Kurakuen-guchi, which is a very good environment for kids and teachers. And we also have someone here that also worked there, isn't it?
That is a daycare after school thing. Okay, go back to your college.
Let's go back.
Well, so are you teaching, like what age? Are they children or like high school kids? What?
Yes, I am in charge of elementary students mainly. And I also worked until last month with the GK group. I was employed by Osaka International Language Center, and I was dispatched in some colleges. So I was also teaching college students, which was very interesting. I really liked it. But
well, what do you prefer, teaching children or college students?
That's hard. I really like, so with college students you can go more in details when it comes to syntax and the language structure itself. But with like elementary students, it's more about not just teaching but also educating them, and I really like that. Like being able to see them changing, evolving, growing up.
Right.
I really like that.
Wow. We kind of just sort of blew over it. You're from France and Italy. Where were you born?
I was born in Italy, like between Naples and Salerno, behind the Amalfi Coast.
Oh.
Nice.
That's beautiful.
It is
area.
beautiful. It is very beautiful. Yes.
So then, how long were you in Italy?
Oh, until I moved to France after high school.
Oh, okay. Did the whole family move to France, or you
Just myself.
Really?
Yeah. I how can I explain that? I just needed to change. And also, like, of course, I would go to France every year many times and stay there quite long, for a long period. But I never stayed there for more than maybe a month, I would say. So I would like, at that time I wanted to go there and experience life in France.
And what part of France did you move to on your own?
Lille, which is in the north.
Oh, Lille.
Lille.
Okay.
Yeah.
I broke my pen.
Oh.
We've run out of time already this month, but what we'll do is we'll pick up this interview and we'll air that on the next month.
Okay.
So we'll stop for today. Thank you so much.
Cool.
Merci
Thank
beaucoup.
you. Merci.
防災情報です。
12 years ago, a powerful earthquake struck the Tohoku and eastern parts of Japan. More than 16,000 people lost their lives.
At the time of the quake, many people were at work or school and couldn't get home because public transportation had shut down.
In Tokyo alone, around 3 million people were stuck in the city or forced to walk home.
And how should we prepare for a similar situation?
Well, the first things to do are to remain calm, ensure the safety of yourself and your family, and gather accurate information so you can better decide what to do next.
When everyone tries to hurry home, at the same time, there will be severe congestion and you could find yourself trapped in a dangerous situation.
Yeah, often it's better to wait until things settle down a bit and then consider heading home.
Also, it's a good idea to prepare beforehand a safe route for walking home in case the public transportation system gets overwhelmed or shut down.
Be sure to study your local hazard map, like the one Nishinomiya City issues. These maps will make it easier for you to choose a safe walking route.
The Kansai Area Organization has worked with businesses such as convenience stores, restaurants, and gas stations to establish what are called disaster return home support stations.
Yeah, these are for people forced to walk home, and these support stations will provide access to drinking water, toilet facilities, maps, latest road information, and even a temporary place to rest.
The support station's location can be identified by a yellow and blue square-shaped stickers usually posted at the entrance.
Yeah, the sticker has the image of a character that to me looks like a big blue heart with two legs walking on a yellow background.
Oh, by the way, the average person can walk about 5 kilometers in an hour, so keep that in mind when planning your safe route for walking home. A free consultation service for foreign residents will be offered on Sunday, March 19 from 1 to 4 p.m. Advice on visa status will be available.
To make a reservation and request an English interpreter, please contact NIA at 0798 328680 or send an email to nia@nishi.or.jp.
Please continue to be careful and stay safe.
提供は西宮市国際交流協会でした。
Have a great weekend, everyone.
A la prochaine.
Avantu. Avantu.
A bientôt.
A bientôt.
A
Sorry.
bientôt.